Welcome, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, and this is a regular meeting of the City of Asbury Park Zoning Board of Adjustment. Chairman Avalone, will you please call this meeting to order?
I'd be happy to. This meeting is being held in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the Coaster and Asbury Park Press by publication of the annual meeting notice and posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board and municipal website. Boy, that's a mouthful. All notices are on file with the board secretary. Official action may be taken on the following matters before this board. Fire exits are located on the east and west sides of the council chambers as well as the back of the building. I ask everyone with a cell phone to please mute it for the duration of this meeting. And this meeting is being recorded by APTV. Roll call.
Wendy Glassman. Here. Daniel Harris.
Here.
Russell Lewis.
Here.
Jill Potter.
Here.
Tim Slick.
Here.
Vice Chair John Scully.
Here.
And Chairman Christopher Avalone.
Here. Okay, so just as a quick announcement, if anyone's here for 211 DeWitt Avenue, that application will not be heard tonight. It is being carried. So based on that, I will make a motion to carry 211 DeWitt Avenue to February 13th, 2024.
I'll second.
Okay, Daniel. Got it. Wendy Glassman.
Yes.
Daniel Harris.
Yes.
Russell Lewis.
Yes.
Jill Potter.
Yes.
Tim Slick.
Yes.
Vice Chair Scully.
Yes.
Chairman Avalone.
Yes. I don't think everybody was eligible to say that.
To
because
carry?
not everybody was at that meeting for DeWitt,
I'll go through just to make sure.
but that's okay. You still have a quorum for that, Marie. Next time, make sure that you know who's available for
Got
the
it.
vote.
And just a no new notices required for the next meeting. Just
No,
for
no,
the
and
record.
also gave,
We only have, I think, 4 people available for DeWitt
I'll check on that.
because Russell's recused, right?
And so is,
And so is Mr.
Scully. So is it
DeWitt.
just DeWitt?
There were several people not available though.
okay, I'll check the list to see who's
Yeah.
available.
Anyway, okay, moving on to 1506 Grand Avenue.
Good evening, Mr. Tilton.
Hi.
Welcome back, Mr. Tilton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Good evening. Richard Tilton, Allenhurst, New Jersey. Here on behalf of the applicants, Mr. Theriault and Ms. Bergeron. They're the owners of 1506 Grand Avenue. When we were here last, we gave the presentation. Basically, we went through all of the variance relief. I believe we went through your planner's report and your engineer's report, and that we addressed all of the items in those reports. If there's something, I'm glad to review it tonight. The board had some input on the architectural plans, the elements, it was, I guess, a proposed set of stairs that were leading from the west of the house up into the side door, and those have been changed, has been revised. Mr. Passman, I believe, submitted plans, revised plans dated November 20th, 2023. And with your permission, I'll have him brought up. We can go through what was changed and any concerns that the board has.
So, Mr. Passman, if you may, do you swear affirm the testimony about the give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And again, just state your name for the record, spelling your last, please.
P-A-S-S-M-A-N.
Thank you, Mr. Passman.
Passman.
And 1 second, I will also swear on the professionals. Do you swear affirm the testimony about the give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes.
Can I state your name for the records, please?
John Miller, board planner.
Doug Clowen, board engineer.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, Mr. Passman, welcome back.
Thank you very much. What we've done is retooled our floor plan and our elevations to align with some of the concerns of the board. In doing so, only one of the variances disappeared. And
The building.
for building coverage, because we took off this covered front porch that is now gone. So we saved a couple of square feet. We actually knocked this down to the 30%, which is the maximum allowable. And that is evident on my zoning chart. It's 29.8%. So eliminate that, not going to be a big problem, but the most important thing we did was to take the stairway above the portico off the west elevation, move the stairway over so that it came up onto the porch, which is a south side approach into the house. And in lieu of the door, which was on the west side, there's a triple window, which kind of matches the window in the dining room. That was another thing. And then last, we changed the roof line to a gable roof, which has more of a fit-in with the existing house. So I can show you the plans on A1 of our sheet, which was this exhibit yet.
Is that the revised plans?
Yes.
So, A3, we're up to A3.
A3,
So Mark, thank you.
any revisions to that are again on the zoning chart, which is missing, one variance out. The site plan, which is rather small, but it does show that these stairs are moved over. We go with the floor plan version, you can see the addition, which is on the south side of the two-story house. One-story addition, there's 2 windows in front of the counter, and we still have these pantries there, whatever. The stairway did get moved over, and there's landscaping in front, at the end of the driveway. The roof line being pitched on the second floor plan / roof plan. It also shows the arbor or pergola over this deck that's being added. I'm going quickly, just if you have any questions. And then the elevations, we see how especially from the south end, that we have this gable end. It's more of the slope of the dormers than the main portion of the house, because it would interrupt where there is currently a door and a little balcony, which is being removed. It can now have a matching window, which it probably used to have. And this roof line being the slope of the dormers would allow that window to stay. If I raise the pitch up too much, that would have to disappear. So that's in a nutshell what we did. All the other elevations support that situation. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is the triple window on the west elevation.
We appreciate your efforts, Mr. Passman. The roof line, I have to say, is much more appropriate to coordinate with the roof line of the main house.
Right.
Small changes, huge impact. It looks great.
I have to say it's much better.
Yeah, agreed.
Any questions from the board? I still have one concern though, Mr. Passman. I don't know if it was passed on to you by Mr. Tilton, but I am still concerned about the wires that will head over this top of this house. Not just for the sake that, it violates the easement for JCP&L, it also potentially could be a safety hazard for the owners themselves and for possibly the neighbors. So out of my most concern, I would want to put it a condition that, you would get an approval for that addition to be under those wires from JCP&L. Do you understand?
Yeah, I just need to correct you. There's not an easement across the property.
There is no easement.
There is not an easement across the property.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's owned in fee. I actually looked, just so you know, Mr. B, at the owner's policy before I came here. There's not an easement. So, and just so you know, that pole, actually, if I could, I'm going to mark this photo. It's A4, and it depicts the south elevation of the house, and specifically the electric wire that you're talking about. You can see where the roof gable.
Do we know if this is a transmission line?
It's an it's a electrical service. It's a service line. So it connects.
But do we know if it's transmission or distribution?
It's just,
apparently there's a difference.
There is. It's a service line. It services their house only. It terminates at this pole. Before the meeting, because I knew that this was a concern, I contacted the owners of the St. Laurent
Yes.
specifically Paulette Construction Company to review this very item. Apparently, at some point when they were doing improvements to their property, one of the conditions of those improvements was that they had to move the electrical service lines. It now comes in through 7th Avenue. So the
And this was the Saint Laurent having to get those changes, right?
must have, because just so you know, I have another picture here that depicts like massive electrical services coming in through the front side of the Saint Laurent, which I'm going to mark as A5 and give to you. You can see there's actually 2 electrical service laterals that go into the Saint Laurent, and I mean, they're not here, and it's hearsay, but I reviewed this with the owners of that property, and this is how the electrical service goes in. It does not go in through or across my client's property. So with that said, we will review, and all these are really good points. I can undertake to contact JCP&L to see, A, if they're okay with the electrical service staying on the pole and coming down to my client's property, or alternatively, if we can have the electrical service on a masthead connected to the house like everybody else's house is.
No, right.
So my clients would actually, I feel like I'm a member of the family. I feel like they would prefer. Lucky you. So I feel, you're laughing. He knows me too much. So a masthead like to the southwest corner, which on the Grand Avenue coming in like every other house.
Right.
We would really actually explore that, because that probably is the best way than having.
Well, you understand, I would want to make it a condition that this is,
Well, yeah, I mean, we have to, I will commit, a condition that we contact JCP&L, like, I can't make them move that wire. Like if that's, and I don't think this board can make them move that wire. But I can confirm with them, A, that it stays where it is and they have no safety concerns with it, and we will follow whatever.
confirm in writing?
I will try my best. If that, I will confirm it. I'll do it through your engineer or the attorney's office, however you want to do that. Or B, alternatively, if we can get the electrical service in our masthead, because that would
Right.
probably be the preference. So it's one of those two, you guys, but I can't make them.
I'm assuming you have an electrician who's going to be doing the work for
So, yeah, totally.
They would be putting in the application to
yes,
move this for
yes,
you, and
of course.
JCP&L is going to respond to them
Right,
much
like-
more than just.
Like, we'll do it through the construction department.
Yeah.
And God help us, like, we
Yeah.
should. No, I'm not kidding, it's really bad.
This is very routine. Yeah, but
Well-
you should go through your electrician, and then it'll happen more
Well,
timely.
we'll see. If we have a contact, they're actually, the Black Construction said that they actually have somebody at JCP&L that they have been interfacing with that does a lot in Asbury Park. So I'll go through them.
I
But
would just encourage you to have your electrician put it on their
Oh.
plan as they're going to move it.
yeah,
and
of course, we'll
Yeah,
file
yeah.
whatever application with them. We're not going to just do it ourselves. That's what we have for you.
Satisfied with that response?
I'm fine, as long as they can achieve it.
Yep, and we'll make that as a condition as part of the resolution as indicated.
I appreciate that.
What, the drainage. Well, Mr. Chair, there's one, just for clarification, if we could revisit the engineer's report, there was about the drainage.
Right, I would like to talk about the stormwater management as
That
well.
was left a little
Yeah.
up in the air, so
Right.
Mr. Passman, if you would, just so we're clear.
So what the question became, when we built this gable roof, we have drainage on the back side and the front side. Front side, gutters, downspouts, they land in the landscaped area, shouldn't be a problem. There's the back side, which is very close to the rear property line.
Right,
What happens to that new runoff? What I propose, and again, we didn't have topographic survey done, we didn't have time, whatever. But in general, what I can think of is that there are 2 downspouts, let's say, coming off that, at least maybe 1, but at most 2. Connect those up underground, run it around the back property line, east side, and then angle it and bring it forward. Bring it forward between the new shed and the existing pergola that's out in the yard. And I know this slopes down without having exact numbers, but that pipe, it could be a perforated pipe set in gravel base with filter fabric, would run around, come through here, and then end at daylight as it's 2 feet or so below grade, as it comes out and it's pitching that way. So along the way the water's coming, it's percolating through the perforated pipe. Whatever doesn't come out, will come out onto their property, somewhere around the middle, somewhere out, my guess is between the pergola and the property line, is where it would hit daylight. And you cut off on an angle and whatever water shoots through,
Doug, what do you think?
I would suggest like a pop-up emitter.
and a pop-up emitter.
Yeah.
You mean in lieu of going to daylight?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can work with you in terms of resolution compliance. We would want to see some of that on the plan. And I get, might be a little uncomfortable for you. I was reading Jason's notes from the last meeting, but, we can work with you. We would want to see the downspout locations. I think if they're put on the right-hand side, because it's a gable roof, there's going to be 2 downspouts. If they're on the outside of the house, yes, and they can be easily picked up there and brought to a pop-up emitter in a location that you mentioned, I agree. I mean, it looks just, I'm basing this on Google Earth Street View, but it looks like it's pretty well sloped towards the street there.
It is.
So, we'd be willing to work with them on what we need.
It could also be a condition as well, Mr. Passman.
Right.
I think that's the only open questions we had, I think.
Any further questions from the board? I'll open it up to the public. Any questions for Mr. Passman? Seeing no public, I'll close public questioning. And do you have any further comments, Mr.
No,
Felton?
I do not, thank you.
All right, so we'll open it up for public comment.
If we did the variances, yeah, thanks.
And seeing nobody for the public, we will close public comment. And now we'll just go to deliberate for the board. So what does everybody feel at this point? I'll start. I'm very happy with the redesign. I think it will actually complement the house overall. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much for making those efforts and coming back.
I too appreciate the redesign. I think it fits more with the character of the home. It's neater, it fits better with the neighborhood and the character, and I appreciate the redesign.
Agreed. Yeah, I echo the sentiments of the other board members. I appreciate you sticking with the process, and I think in the end, it's a better product that fits in the neighborhood, so thank you.
So that being said, I'll make a motion to adopt or approve 1506 Grand Avenue with the conditions mentioned for stormwater management and for the power lines.
Whole second.
Wendy Glassman,
Yes.
Daniel Harris,
Yes.
Russell Lewis.
Yes.
Jill Potter,
Yes.
Tim Slick,
Yes.
Vice Chair Scully,
Yes.
Chairman Avaloni.
Yes. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, happy holidays.
Good luck with your addition. Happy holidays, everyone. And I'll make a motion to...
There's a party.
The party. Oh, you have to start and check with Donna. She's in charge as hostess.
Where's booze? Didn't bring any? No? Okay.
No?
You just have to go across the street.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.